be able to hold all of us. I hope I left no one out. No? Yes? Maybe so? The Ministry of Education and Youth is very pleased to continue its partnership with Heart NSTA Trust, Choices, the Library Services, Junior Achievement Jamaica, and other stakeholders in ensuring that this poster competition remains just what it started out to be, one that captures the mind and the innovative spirit of our young people. And even now, I must say to the committee, because there is a committee that makes all of this possible, thank you for continuing to give of yourself, because we know your payment is when you look at the posters and you say, a child did that? Wow. And for people like me, I'm super excited because I'm used to a particular grade in art that I will keep very secret and very confidential and very private. But it is nothing close to what our young people are doing. And so we continue as a Ministry of Education and Youth to say, let us integrate the national standards curriculum in such a manner that career development takes center stage. If our students from the very tender age begins to conceptualize career and how to get there, then by the time they get to the age of work, they would be well on their way in their chosen career path. We recognize the changes in career, in the trends. We see what's new. We see what seemingly is kind of fading out. But we are happy that through initiatives like these and activities like these, our students continue to be aware, very current. And when you look at their posters, it tells you they understand what it means to develop for the future. It speaks good for the education system because it is saying to us we have some things very right and very positive. And so when our young people delve into expressing what the future should look like, it is saying to people of my age, Doc, things look good. We're still in good hands. And so we will continue to be supportive of our students. We will continue to commit to providing them the resources that they need to navigate an ever-changing world. And as we enjoy today, the Ministry of Education Youth says thanks again to the committee, and that is the National Career Development Awareness Committee. We have seen your work from church service to now, and we know there is still another event going on at the Micah University Gymnasium. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Youth, have a wonderful awards and recognition service, and see you again next year, probably somewhere else, but with our students leading the way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam, for that greetings. Paulo Coelho says, whatever you decide to do, make sure it makes you happy. Now, our Senior Director, Dr. Marcia Roamonde, Standards, Curriculum, Learning, and Resource Development, Heart NSTA Trust, will also come with her greetings and remarks. Put your hands together and give her a warm welcome.
Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Robert Green, our representative from the Ministry of Education, ACEO, and this is her newly appointed role. She was recently appointed in that role, Mrs. Kennedy Davidson, ACEO for Guidance Counseling Unit. Regional directors from Heart. I see Dr. Sasha Shimhu representing Region 6, and Dr. Henry Gray, who is Director for the Learning Resource Department. He has just been joined by Dr. Aston Spencer, and he is in charge of Region 2. Education officers from the Ministry of Education. Our principals, they're all here. It is good to see Mrs. Coleman from Maud McLeod. She was here last year and she's here again this year. It does say something about the visual arts program at Maud McLeod. Welcome. Our teachers, we know you have options, but you're here with their students, you're sticking to the journey, you're taking them through, and you're equipping them for work, life, entrepreneurship, and further education. We want to salute you, and we want to tell you we truly appreciate you. As a teacher myself, I identify very much with you. That's one of my, whenever anybody asks me, what do I do? I said, I'm a teacher. That's my first profession. I want to extend our parents, the cheerleaders, the ones who are here with the little ones. We welcome you. We are happy to have you. Our partners, I see Mrs. De Freitas from Choices, always here with the career development agenda, working with us and pushing it through, and we salute you and we appreciate you. A special good morning to my colleague, the one I work with, Miss Erica Williams, the brain, the engine behind this. When you hear the name Erica Williams, it is synonymous with career development. And how could I forget our guest speaker, Mr. Daniel Thompson. Welcome, sir. It's really good to have you. And he's the art district manager for Kingston Creative. If you will go downtown, you will see all the good things that Kingston Creative is doing. And let's give you a hand for that. You're really pushing that through. And very importantly, our awardees. Awardees, welcome. You are the most important persons here today. Welcome, welcome. So for this week, we are focusing on careers. And we're talking a lot about careers. Careers in automotive, careers in construction, ICT, manufacturing, agriculture, logistics, artificial intelligence, renewable energy, coding, all of those wonderful careers, and so many of them. It shows you that you have choices, young people. You have options. You can be anything you want to be. That is what the Heart Trust is pushing. That's what we are about. We have skill areas that are aligned to those 9 areas in the Vision 2030 plan that Jamaica has. And we have the resources, the labs, and whatever you need to support you as you go through your career journey. So we are here to tell you what those careers are and to give you the information so that you can make wise career decisions. You can be anything you want to be. It's a good time now to be a young person. And in the midst of this all, we are also talking about careers in STEAM. Does anybody know the students what STEAM means? Can anybody tell me, have you ever heard the acronym STEAM? No? All right. So teachers, you have some work to do. So can we go to our teachers now? Anybody knows what STEAM means? Say it, miss. You're getting the children to talk up, so you have to talk up too. Wonderful. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And today, so we are talking about those science-related careers, and that is a part of the message for this week. Those careers that are in, so the scientist, and we talk about the medicine. That's also a science-related career. And then we're talking about the technology careers, and that's where information and communication technology comes in. We talk about the E, that's engineering, and the M are those careers around mathematics, like the accountants and actuarial sciences and so on. And today we are emphasizing the A, the arts. So all those visual arts that you're doing in school and the ones that Edna Manley is doing, and I'm sure you're going to hear more of it from Mr. Thompson. And the arts, they are very valuable. Many times we don't take the arts as seriously as we should, but they are very valuable. Those areas are valuable areas of our education system. They help to make you into well-rounded individuals. They support the emotional and social development. They help you to appreciate other cultures. They stimulate learning. And by doing the arts, your creativity, those are also stimulated. It will nurture your talents, young people, and develop your confidence and self-esteem. God gave you talents, and the murals, the ones that we will see today, it shows that you can use those talents, and you can use those talents to earn a decent life, a decent living. Look at Bob Marley. He used his ability to sing, and even years after now, he's still a legend. And one of the things that has come to me is I'm very impressed about what is happening in one of the countries in the world called Dubai. And Dubai is a desert, flat, dry, lots of sand. But what they have been able to do with it over the years has been transformative. They have transformed that landscape, and they have made it one of the richest countries in the world. So you have the latest in technology, transportation, the internet is connected to everything, the Internet of Things. And they are building, I hear they are going to now build an island, and you can buy an island for yourself. And all those high-rise, fancy hotels and buildings, and they hardly have rain there. And yet, do they have rain there at all? And yet the place, I've never been there, but I've seen the pictures, and I've heard from a colleague who went there. The place is so green, they are able to use the technology to bring water in. So you are able to create innovative things just by getting a blank slate, just like how you have done with this art, painting and drawing, and beautiful things can emerge. You can use your talent to be creative and be innovative, young people. Many of you may be coming up to design the next bridge for Flat Bridge. I don't know why they can't design a proper bridge at Flat Bridge, so that cars and trucks and trailers don't keep going over there. But many of you may be doing that. This building is a tall building. We are on the 17th floor. But many of you may become architects, and you may even design buildings that go even further. You will become innovative and become creative. You can do that. Do not limit yourselves. And that is what this exercise, the art, has helped you to do, to become creative and to become innovative. So embrace your talents. The Bible tells us somewhere there in Matthew 14, God has given you talents. He expects you to use it. So you may be small now, but you can start to dream big. So go for your dreams. There is a saying I used to hear when I was growing up, that the world is your oyster. It means don't see anything too big and great that you cannot go for. It's within reach. So go for it and build your careers, make something of your lives, give back to others. Don't be driven by money alone. Money is important. You want to live a decent life, but you also want to give back and be of service to others. So teachers, thank you, and those who are all here today, thanks for making it and for coming to celebrate with us and for giving our young people the information that they need, or children or students, so that they can equip themselves for work and for life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Roamonde. And as it pertains to our art and creativity, Scott Adams says, creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which one to keep. And at this time, we'll be having our guest speaker coming to us. But guess what? I'm going to tell you a little bit about this individual, this remarkable individual, based on what we're hearing. He is the most people call him Dan. He's saying right here, I am a visual artist that studied visual communication with a major in illustration at the Edna Manley School of the Visual Arts. And he says, I have painted murals locally around Jamaica and internationally in Europe. Currently, he's working with Kingston Creative Limited as the Art District project manager and mural curator. He got involved with Kingston Creative through working on several murals with them during 2018 through to 2022, where he was initially recruited as a visual artist to work on a mural, which then changed to being responsible for quality control during their second phase of murals. In 2022, he was recruited as a visual artist to paint the first mural by Kingston Creative in Black River, St. Elizabeth, which was Kingston Creative's first mural outside of Kingston. And by the end of the year, he began working with them as mural curator, which then evolved to the Art District Project Manager. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and receive our guest speaker, Mr. Daniel Thompson, Art District Manager, Kingston Creative.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Daniel Thompson. A lot of people just call me Dan. In the office, they call me Dan the Man. It's just one of those words that kind of, or names that kind of just stuck. You know, it rhymes and it's easy for anyone to say. And, you know, children end up gravitating towards Dan the Man a lot. I think there's a game probably called Dan the Man. But anywho, I'm very pleased to be here speaking with everybody this morning. I am here representing Kingston Creative as a art district project manager and also as an artist, as I have been an artist for my entire life. Now, the topic is respecting the journey through career development, and what other way to speak about the journey other than giving somewhat of a testimony, right? So, as Mr. Green had said, my journey through art was somewhat of a long one. I know that some of you might be looking like, oh, I look young still, and it feels very long on this art journey, especially growing up here in, you know, art is not going to pay the bills. Art is not going to do anything for you. Well, I am here as living proof that that is not so. As I said, I have been creating art for all my life, and when I got into my mid-20s is when things really start to take off, which is after studying at the Edna Manley College. So for the children here, you might be thinking that what you're doing is not the right way. You might be looking at somebody else and wondering why things aren't working out for you as it would for them. And the truth is, everybody's journey is different. Everybody might have a destination that they want to get to, but the course is oftentimes different. I'm pretty sure everybody here can relate to using Google Maps and it take you on a different path maybe 5, 10 times and it has to be rerouted. Life works the same way. Sometimes you have to reroute as long as the destination remains the same. So I never imagined as a child that I would be working for such a prestigious organization such as Kingston Creative. Just to give everybody a little backstory, Kingston Creative is an organization that started in 2017 as Kingston Creative was founded in 2017, and the progress that they have made in just a couple of years is nothing short of amazing. They have been invited to many different countries to give talks and workshops that offer insight into the creative industry for those who maybe not or might not be aware of how the creative industry works. And they are developing a art district in downtown Kingston, as some of you may already have seen. Luckily, I was one of the first artists to have a mural in the art district, and that was just because of the journey that my life took. Now, I started doing murals in 2016, and since then, I kind of just hit the ground running, where I always knew that I wanted to be an artist, but, you know, as I said, growing up, you hear people say, don't do it, you're not going to make money off of it, you can't pay the bills with it. And who would have thought that painting at an event would lead to me traveling to Europe? That's just through arts alone. I was at an event painting paintings just to pass time for free, because art don't make money, apparently. You know, a lot of people might invite artists, like, just come and do a small thing. It's just a little thing. And, you know, you might just say, all right, let me do it. What else is there to do, you know? And that led to me doing 22 paintings and was offered a trip to tour Germany. Now, when I got to Germany, I met people, as we do when we go to different places, people you never thought about meeting, just as I am meeting a lot of people I never imagined meeting here this morning. And from that trip to Germany led me to go back to Germany for a second year, representing Jamaica at the 55th Independence celebrations at the Jamaican Embassy in Berlin, Germany. I had to learn the language. I do speak German, not fluently, but enough to speak and get around. And again, coming back to the journey, I did not know that painting would let me learn German or even travel to Germany. So we have to respect the journey that our careers take us through. Now, from traveling to Germany twice, back to back, every summer, or 2 summers back to back, I was invited again to travel to Germany representing Jamaica as an artist. And that, you know, naturally gives you some form of recognition in specific groups. And that's where Kingston Creative recognized me as an artist and wanted me to come on board. So Kingston Creative is now responsible for the Art Walk Festival, which is every last Sunday of the month. I would like to just invite everybody to the next Art Walk Festival as well. Just throwing it out there. And on the last Friday of each month, they have something called the Meetup. Now, the meetup is where the creatives come together to discuss ideas and planning for the creative industry of Jamaica. And I have to say Jamaica because Kingston Creative is much more than just Kingston at this point. It's a global entity that awarded Kingston with the creative destination, the most creative destination of the world in 2023. So that's something that we can all not only clap Kingston Creative, but clap ourselves for, because it's about time that we get the spotlight on Kingston. You know, we don't have just the pearly white beaches to offer and music and dance or even sports. There's also art, which is a huge factor in developing any country. Again, for coming back to the story that art can't make money, just look around you. Everything in here was designed by an artist before it was made. So that's testament. You just never know where your art might take you. So I went to a meetup with Kingston Creative and met a few people there and decided that I wanted to be involved in this industry, in this business, because this was definitely up my alley. It was something that I saw as fruitful, and a lot more people saw as fruitful, because just look at downtown. You have so much more people walking around in downtown now than they were 5-6 years ago. And that is because of the arts that have been implemented. Arts has the power to change a behavior, a mindset, an environment, and even people themselves. You could see the roughest of, toughest of people are quote-unquote thugs, as people might call them. And if they see an artist painting a mural, the first conversation they're going to have is, yo, when you go put me on the wall, boss? And those are things that the art can do to people. Now, you might be wondering how I got this position as project manager. I took on an offer for doing a mural in Black River, which was the first mural that Kingston Creative was commissioned to do outside of Kingston. And it was a tough one. I did not expect or anticipate that doing art would let me get that close to crocodiles in nature. It was quite the experience. And, you know, quite frankly, I have never really seen crocodiles in person, in public spaces like that before. Black River is completely different for this man here who grew up in Kingston. Very, very different place. But overall, it was a very great experience that led to Kingston Creative saying, hey, we have a position as project manager and mural curator. Would you like to take it on? And I immediately said yes. Since that, we have been responsible for the creation of 90 murals, some more, 13 more, which are going to be launched next month, which you guys are free to go and check out whenever you have some time. And I am proud to say that that is something that I have been a part of. Moving from quote-unquote starving, struggling artist to project manager is something that I never thought was possible, from just me going to an event and doing some paintings off of vibes. But, you know, you can't pay the bills with vibes. You have to eventually evolve. And that's what my career has evolved into to this day, for me to be able to be blessed with the opportunity of even speaking to you all here this morning. And I hope this can inspire anybody else, especially the youth here, that if you are good at something, keep at it and ensure that no one dims that light, because you never know where it may take you. It might land you in Germany. It might make you speak some German, you know, alles gut, you know. Guten Morgen. Yes. So, you know, it's it's just a blessing to see when you can, or to witness the journey of what art can do and where it can take you. And just don't let anybody tell you differently. Just know that you're good at what you do, and there will be like minds out there that will aid you on this journey. So thank you again, everybody, for having me here, and I hope that we can all now appreciate art a bit more for what it can do to people and also to the environment and our country on a whole. Thank you.
Art has the ability to change your behavior and your mindset. If you agree, say aye. Of course, embrace the journey of your career path. If you agree, say aye. Keep at something you really like and allow no one to dim your light. Yes, man, put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for our speaker. Short, effective, and spicy from Mr. Daniel Thompson. Let's hear it one more time. One more time. Thank you so much, sir. And of course, with all of that being said, we're now going to have the viewing of the montage. So I'm just going to ask you to turn your face to the screen and let us view what's happening.
In the working environment, we will all find people who doesn't want to see us rise to the top. They want us to stay at the bottom. As you can see in my poster, the crow is telling the eagle that he will not make it. But the eagle is rising above all that negativity and aiming for the top. In order for the eagle to make it to the top, he have to go through certain stages. The eagle have to rise above expectation and trust the process.
I am here to explain on the concept of my poster. Hello, my name is Garfield Faircloth, and I'm here to tell you more about the poster and the concept of it. As you know, in this desert, sun is mostly shining, and we want to keep the future bright, like, the sun. Even though that's kind of an overstatement, but it is possible. So as you can see, I'm much more color, like flowers and those things, bright future ahead. And the career development and the careers you can choose from, as I've had in the poster. You can become a lawyer, a civil engineer, and even much more. Now, even that being said, I wish I could say more, but I don't have the time. But I will extend this time to thank our sponsors, Ministry of Education and Youth, Art NSTHS, and I also attend the Hart College of Construction Services in Portmore. Junior Achievement Jamaica, and Choices. Thank you very much for watching this video.
My name is Ncaw Bennett. The concept of this poster design is through career development. There are steps to take in order to achieve these goals. For achieving these goals, you have to write down these goals, stay focused on these goals, and stay positive on what you want to accomplish in life.
My name is Bethany Smith. This is my poster on career development. The world is our domain. It shows the different characteristics we need to possess to achieve our goals in life. With hard work, persistence, ambition, discipline, and determination, we can achieve anything we set our minds to. The world is our hands.
My name is Farah Mendes, and I am 6 years old, and I attend Otrius Primary School. When I grow up, I will be a soldier. My project is on career development. Career development is the ongoing lifelong process of developing one career.
My name is Ariel Smith from Mineral Heights Primary. My poster is entitled Career Development, Navigate, Elevate, Illuminate, Horizons Unleashed. From my research, the process of career development includes these steps that are displayed: self-assessment, looking for ambitions, exploring and researching career options,
setting goals and taking action to achieve success.
Hello everyone, my name is Jaden Tucker and this is my poster on the emerging trends in career development, unlocking the future. Here we have a character granting access to the many trends in career development like AI, automation, hybrid working, freelancing, remote work, green building, and technology. These are emerging trends that we should know about to be successful in our careers. Thank you.
My name is Wadia Williams. The theme of my poster is providing quality service through career development. The concept of my poster focuses on the idea of all professions being able to provide exquisite service to all sectors of the world's population after engaging the career development process. In my poster, you will observe a robotic chef that represents the systematic career development process. This chef is presenting some new and improved professions filled with the ingredients of the career development process. These professions are presented to the population as the required standard of quality service.
My name is Tashina Bailey. The theme of my poster is fostering a more productive society through career development.
The concept of my poster focuses on one of the more common approach to acquiring and also developing a career, with the attempt to create better living conditions. In my poster, you will observe a female student engaging the systematic process to getting a career, which is represented by the brain control device. However, while this is being done, she is not only satisfied with acquiring a career, but she is also interested in developing her career so as to better achieve the result of a more productive society. This is represented by the computer-aided research being done on the step to career development, and the arrows pointing to some results of such a research.
Wow, talent there everywhere in Jamaica. My. Put your hands together again for the viewing of the montage right now. So here I have, just a little synopsis of what career development is all about. And we know that it is the proactive, lifelong process of finding your footing and advancing your career path. And it's an intentional approach to create a meaningful career. Yes, that includes setting long-term goals, exploring professional development opportunities, and gaining new work experiences. And of course, at this time, we're going to ask Mrs. Raquel Henry Smith, Career Development from the Career Development Services Unit, to come with the report. Put your hands together and make her welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm pretty sure you would all want to know how the placement was done. So the National Career Poster Competition is an annual event observed as an activity within the National Career Awareness Week. Under the theme, Expanding Our Horizon, Respecting the Journey Through Career Development, it comprises of 89 participants in 3 categories, namely the MOE primary school, the secondary schools, and the Heart Trust institutions. There were 68 entries from the MOE primary, 12 from the secondary, and 9 entries from the Heart and Estate Trust institutions. All right, so the preliminary judging was conducted by the MOE across 5 regions. And this is Region 1, Region 3, Regions 4, 5, and 7. So, from which the top 3 from each regions were identified. These entries were submitted to the Career Development Services Unit from the final judging. Additionally, the Heart Trust entries were submitted directly to the Career Development Services Unit for preliminary and final judging. The final judging panel consists of 6 external judges, and we have them here today, and you can just raise your hands to identify. Miss Carleen Giscompart, Miss Angela De Freitas, Miss Jennifer Willey, Mr. Travis McDonald, Mr. Antonio Mundell, and Miss Marjolaine Francis. They reviewed, and did the individual judging of the art pieces of the MOE Y regions selections, as well as the top 3 Heart Trust entries. The larger percentage of the results, which was 90%, as indicated on the poster, was that of the external judges, while there was an online voting component of 10%. All the results were collated, both the judges' results and the online component, and the final results were achieved, and the top 3 from each categories were selected. And so, we're going to ask for you to sit back, relax, for that result. So I will not say what the results are. Okay? Enjoy.
Yes, put your hands together again for that report. Of course, we know what's happening and how everything went, and of course, we're on our journey, and I must place emphasis on the work that the teachers and the students have put in. So put your hands together one more time for yourselves, all right? And of course, we'll be having now the recognition of teachers of the primary, secondary, and Heart NSTA Trust. And of course, in recognizing same, when I call your name, I'm just going to ask Dr. Roamonde to present the tokens or the gifts to the primary teachers. All right, so I'll go with Miss Melissa Young. Put your hands together for Miss Melissa Young. Turn it to you. Okay. Let's go forward, ma'am. All right, so.
Oh, you're accepting it first? Okay. Congratulations.
Miss Tracy Ann Husong Rowe. Put your hands together. And she is from the Vaughnsfield Primary, Region 4, and Miss Young is from Mineral Heights Primary, Region 7. Put your hands together one more time. Miss Rajerie Johnson, Ocho Rios Primary, Region 6. Region 3, Region 3. Thank you so much, Dr. Ramonde. Now we're going to ask now for Mr. Thompson to do the presentation to our secondary teachers at this time. And the persons are Mr. Gavin Samuels from Maud McLeod High, Region 4. Put your hands together one more time. Mrs. Jodian Fowler McLeod, York Castle High School, Region 3. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Thompson. I'm just now going to ask Mrs. Marcia, not Mrs. Marcia. We're going to ask Mrs. Raquel Henry. No. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Yes, Mrs. Kennedy Davidson to do the presentation to our trainees from the Heart NSTA Trust. Instructors, Mr. Dave Grierson, Hart College of Construction Services, Region 6. Mr. Odinga Creary, Garmex Heart Academy, Region 1. Yes, let's hear it. Put your hands together, man. Okay, he's not here. All right. Miss Nastasia Banton, Culloden Vocational Training Institute, Region 4. Yes, put your hands together for all these teachers today. And now we're moving right into our awardees, national or awardees for students, of course, and we will call them in this order. Can we have a drum roll or a sound or something around the back there, please? I see that. Right. But before we go into the awards, of course, we're going to have our entertainment from Mr. Taquin Bowen, our saxophonist from Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. Put your hands together for him and make him welcome. Yes, put your hands together one more time for our saxophonist, Mr. Bowen. Of course, from the Inner Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. Yes, put your hands together one more time. It takes talent to master that instrument. And sir, big up yourself. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we would have, well, I, your master of ceremony, would have overlooked a few items on our program. But we're just going to move on with the recognition and the awards, and then we go directly into our brunch afterwards. Is that okay? Yes, yes. Makes sense? That's okay, everyone? All right, all right. So here we are. Now we're going to have the regional recognitions. All right. So with Region 1, we are going to recognize Andrea Dale Lewis. Put your hands together for Andrea Dale Lewis. Our representative is here. Yes, yes. So we're going to ask Dr. Shimhyu, yes, from Region 6, Heart NSTA Trust, to do a presentation to the representative for Andrea Dale Lewis. All right, put your hands together one more time, one more time, one more time. From Region 3, Harleen Gordon Riley. Yes, man, let's hear the applause. Applause can be stronger, man. Let's go, Harleen. From Region 4, Lissetha Adams. Wendell Bailey, Region 5. And Region 7, Dalkey Thomas. Thank you, Dr. Shimhyu. Thank you, Dr. Shimhyu. This concludes the recognition of participation, certificates collection. Put your hands together one more time. Now, of course, we'll be having the recognition of students and trainees from, of course, our primary or secondary and that of Heart NSTA Trust. And before I call any names at all, I want you to put your hands together again for them. Everybody. Wonder if we can have a suspense background music playing now. Yes, man. Yes, man. I know my audience wondering what's happening on there. Drum roll. Let me see if we can use the table. The drum roll. All right, I like it. All right, for our students from primary, third runner-up. Drum roll again. Third runner-up. Pharaoh Mendez from Ocho Rios Primary, Region 3. Let's go. And guess what? He is the youngest out of all who entered this competition. I'm going to ask Dr. Spencer from Heart NSTA Trust Region 2 to do this presentation too. Drum roll for second place. Bethany Smith. Yes, man, from Vaughansfield Primary Region 4. Let's hear it for Bethany. The drum rolls. And now, our first place winner is from Region 7, Mineral Heights Primary, Ariel Smith. Thank you so much, Dr. Spencer. And of course, yes, put your hands together again. Students packed with talent. The future is bright. The future is sure. We don't have to worry about our future, right? All right, moving on to our secondary schools. And of course, I'm going to ask Madam Kennedy Davidson to come and introduce our runners and winners. And I'm going to ask Dr. Gray, Dr. Henry Gray, to come and present these awards. Put your hands together.
Ladies and gentlemen, whether you are in Jamaica, in Japan, in Dubai, we want you to stop for a moment because this very moment is super special today. We have winners, and we are super winners. I take pleasure in presenting this particular category, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But first, you are going to continue to be so rowdy and loud and noisy and making them feel so very, very special as we introduce our third place winner in the secondary category, Jaden Tapper, York Castle High School, Region 3. Mr. Thompson, as you remember and reflect on the theme about respecting the journey, Jadon was also a prize winner at the primary level. He's now at high school twice. He's now at high school. There's consistency. Ladies and gentlemen, second place, Tashina Bailey, Marge McLeod High School, Region 4. Now to the big news. We are just about in our 12th or so year, and I stand proudly as a member of the Ministry of Education and Youth, as a member of this committee, as a member of Jamaica, simply put, to tell you something about a particular region. They have posts a lot, and every year we just decide to gang up on them and to beat them. Sometimes they give us a blight at the primary level. But ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce champion. I'm not from that region, you know. Don't get me wrong. But I had to make this known. They have won at least 95% of the years. Ladies and gentlemen, the Poster region, Region 4, Wade Williams, Marge McLeod High School.
Thank you so much, Doc. And that concludes for our secondary school. Put your hands together one more time. Put your hands together one more time. One more time. Of course, we're going to ask Dr. Roa Monday to present these presentation to our trainees. Of course, put your hands together. Put your hands together once more. I'm working you today. Yes, yes. Our third place runner-up is Tavia Wilson, of course, Culloden Vocational Training Institute, who is not here today. And of course, our second place, drum roll, Tanoya Bennett from the Garmix Heart Academy, Region 1. Yes, ma'am. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Congratulations, ma'am. Yes, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll for our first place. Drum roll for our first place from the Hart College of Construction Services, Region 6, Garfield. Forklow, put your hands together. Hey, you have to make some noise now. That is also my region, you know. Yes, put your hands together for all the achievers, all the runner-ups, all the winners. And just know, second, first, third place, all the persons who have entered, you are all winners. All right, so put your hands together for yourselves. Yes, Region 1, Region 3, Region 4, Region 5, Region 6, Region 7. Put your hands together once more for yourselves. And of course, I would want to convey thanks and appreciation to the partners that made this thing a reality. The Ministry of Education and Youth, the Heart NSTA Trust, the Junior Achievement Jamaica, and of course, Choices. Put your hands together one more time. Also, we want to thank all the schools who entered the competition, all the awardees, and everyone that made this day eventful. We're going to stand now for the playing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Put your hands together and let us enjoy the rest of your day. Put your hands together for yourself. You've been a lovely audience. And of course, we're going to ask the head table to go first for brunch, and then all the other tables will follow. All right? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, Robert, stand to. Robert, to the stage. Two of them alone, please.